Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the Short and Stout Guys. We are the Short and Stout Guys. I'm Terry.
I'm Daniel.
Daniel, we had a huge HHN drop today. Now, today is March 26th, Thursday, and they've already dropped tickets for this year's HHN. That doesn't happen until, okay, this is March, April, May, June, July, and the end of August, almost 5 months early.
Wow.
And they've dropped tickets. Now, they haven't dropped all the tickets. You cannot buy a frequent fear pass yet.
That's the one we usually get.
That's the one that we always get, yep, so we can go multiple nights. They have not dropped those yet. But they have single night tickets available. They have RIP tours. They have VIP RIP tours. And let me talk about those kind of things. But also, they have the Premium Scare Nights with an S at the end. Now, in the past, they've had a Premium Scare Night where you can go to the event. It's more expensive. It's like $400.
Ooh.
Yeah, $400, but they do offer free food. Now, that doesn't mean you can go to any restaurant and get, like you can't go to Lombardi's and just order off the menu for free. But they do have, I would guess you can go to Mel's. You can probably go to Louis.
Okay.
You know, those kind of places, and you can get, you know, pizza, you can get the fries, you can get burgers, stuff. But also, all the
maybe
little
Richter burgers too, maybe?
I would guess so, yes.
Yeah.
I would guess Richter's and some of the others. But, and you can also go to the vendors. You know, they have the specialty vendors.
Oh, yeah.
None of the food has been announced for this year's HHN. That'll be coming a little bit later on. But those are always available, and you can go. Now, one thing you can't do is you can't get all alcoholic drinks. Are not included with this. You can buy them, but they're not included for the price. Okay? So, again, that they have more than one night for Premium Scare Night.
What does that mean?
This year, the event starts on August 28th, I believe it is, which is a Friday. So the Premium Scare Night is the 27th, a Thursday. It's a limited amount of people type of night. They limit the amount of people they let in. Last year, there were some complaints that too many people were allowed to purchase tickets for this event. And then it took way too long to get into the houses. That's what I heard. We did not attend because it's a pricey event.
It's very expensive.
It's a pricey event. Yeah, $400 is usually about what the frequent fear passes can cost. So it's, you know, kind of a special night. You can get into the houses. Usually, they're shooting for 5 to 10 minute waits to get into the houses.
That
plus
sounds
the free
almost
food.
insane considering HHN.
It's very fast access to the houses, and that's what you're paying for. Limited crowd, and then you can get in faster. Well, last year it was just the day before the event started, so you kind of also get a jump on everybody, right? Seeing what the houses are like, seeing the scare zones, all that kind of stuff. Now there's another change. They've added a second night, but it's almost near the end of the event on October 19th, which is a Monday. Same kind of deal. You can get in. Normally they don't have HHN on a Monday. So this is a special Monday event where you can get in. Again, very low wait times. Like they're shooting for 5 to 10 minutes, I think. There'll be free food available. All the houses, all the scare zones, all that stuff's going to run. So they have 2 events like that available this year. 2 Premium Scare Nights. Both are $399, called $400 for each night. Now, because there were some complaints, or maybe they're just being nice, if you bought a ticket last year to a Premium Scare Night, you can get $75 off for 1 ticket. So let's say that you bought 3 tickets last year to the Premium Scare Night. They only had 1. This year, you could get $75 off 3 tickets to one of the Premium Scare Nights. So they're allowing you to do that. You should have got an email on that. So you might want to check your email box if you bought a ticket last year. That's just something that Universal's kind of doing as a, hey, we're sorry about last year. This will be better.
Okay?
Hopefully, yeah. So anyway, that's something you can kind of look into. Otherwise, it's $399 or $400 for the Premium Scare Night. Now, they have some other offerings as well. They're also changing the Scream Early ticket. Now, we have made use of this last year. Since we're annual pass holders, we can get in the park anyway, right? So we're in the park already, and then last year it was like at 3 o'clock or 3:30, you could go get a wristband. We love this idea. You could go get a wristband and then go to a house and wait for it to open. And the first houses opened, I want to say it was like at 5:15 or maybe even 4:50. I mean, it was earlier. So you could start getting to the houses earlier. Well, this year, they're saying that a minimum of 3 houses will be open and ready to go through at 2 o'clock.
Did you say 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock. Now, for me, that sounds awesome because I'm old and I like to sleep. So I can go to these houses, get through as many as I can, maybe even get through all of them by around 8 o'clock, be able to leave the event when the big second crush of people is coming in, open the park up to more folks, and then we're out the door. Those folks are coming in to have a great evening. I love this idea. Now, the question was, if you're an annual pass holder, do you still need to buy what is called the Scream Early ticket? So I wanted to make sure because it wasn't very clear. So I called Universal Studios. I talked to their folks. I talked to 2 different people.
Oh.
And I got 2 different answers.
Oh.
Okay. So the first person that I talked to said, no, because they're opening it a little earlier at 2 o'clock, even if you're an annual pass holder and you want to get access to that 2 o'clock house opening, you're going to have to buy the Scream Early ticket, which is $70 a night. Well, I would hope that they were wrong, but they said their information they had on it was pretty limited. So then I called back in, I talked to a different person, and they said, now, nowhere did they see that an annual pass holder would have to buy a Scream Early ticket. That you should be able to, and they do this all the time. They say when they come to HHN, they make advantage, they're annual pass holders, so when they come to the park, they're able to get into the Scream Early areas, get the wristband, and go to the houses at whatever it was last year, 3:30 or whatever. They're saying that they think it'll work the same way this year. So you don't have to buy the separate ticket. That makes a huge difference to me. So that was their opinion. They said nowhere in the literature does it say that annual pass holders would have to buy the Scream Early ticket. But if you're someone who's just coming to the park on a one-day ticket, you would want to probably buy that Scream Early ticket, which is $70. Now, if you buy a single night ticket to HHN, those run around $80, $90 on up, depending on when you want to come. So if you buy the ticket, the regular ticket to HHN, let's say it costs you $90, okay? Then if you want to make use of the early coming, starting at 2 o'clock, you would have to buy the Scream Early ticket for another $70. If you wouldn't have access to the park until the event officially starts at 6:30. Okay, does that make sense? So you have to buy the Scream Early ticket if you want to get in at as early as 2 o'clock. Otherwise, you have to be in the park by 5 in order to make use of a Scream Early ticket. Otherwise, you got to wait for the opening at 6:30.
Okay.
Okay, so that's kind of a change. Even for us annual pass holders, if you get to the park at 5:05, you cannot get into the park for Scream Early. You have to be there before 5 o'clock to get in those early lines. Anyway, so we're hoping that that's true, and some of the houses, a minimum of 3, they're saying, will open at 2 o'clock. I think that's a huge deal. And it should really help with overcrowding in the park.
Hopefully, yeah.
Now, again, if you come in and you start doing the houses at 2 o'clock, scare zones, not operating. Those don't start until 6:30. So the houses, 3 of the houses may be running, but the other spooky elements, those are not going to start until the event starts at 6:30. Yeah, that's fine. I mind. I'll take a look at the scare zones when I have a chance, but I want to get to the houses first. Okay. And then I'll take a look. I mean, I love the scare zones, and we have no information on scare zones. Yep. We've only had one house announcement as of today. Okay, so they have the RIP ticket, which is a $400 ticket as well, $399, and that's where you're put into a group of people, and they will take you to all 10 houses. You have a tour guide. Usually they're dressed in scrubs, something like that. They'll give you backstory on the houses, and they'll make sure you get to all the 10 houses in one night. That is $399 as well. Or you can book your own private RIP tour, a VIP RIP tour, if you're bringing a group and you don't mind paying extra. Those kind of vary in price depending on how many people are in your group.
Okay.
Yeah, and for both of those, you're kind of expected to do a nice tip for the person that takes you around. Okay? So you got
Okay.
the RIP or the VIP RIP tour. So those are special house tours that you can make sure, if you want to make sure you get all the houses in, or you can get an express pass. An express pass is another add-on, just like the Scream Early ticket is an add-on to let you in early. The express pass gets you kind of a front of line access for all 10 of the houses one time on a night. And those start at about $169, but they go up depending on when you want to book it. The closer you get to October or the day of the week, they cost more. Okay. So again, a single night HHN ticket looks to be starting at around $90 a night, $89. Okay, and then they go up substantially from there, up in the 120, 130, whatever. Depends on the night and when you want to go. There are add-ons to that. There is the Scream Early, which is $70, and then there's also the Express Pass you can get starting at about $170 to get you and to get yourself to all 10 houses. Well, I guess there's no guarantee on getting to 10, but you can get to each of the houses an Express Pass lane one time.
This all sounds very expensive.
It's expensive, but you know what? It's an amazing event, right?
Absolutely.
Now, we have no information yet on the Frequent Fear passes or the Frequent Fear Plus or whatever. Those are the passes that we love to get because we love to go multiple nights. Sometimes we'll just go enjoy some food, watch the scare zones, try to get in a house or two, and that's our night. That's when you want to do the Frequent Fear Pass. You live near the area. You're going to go a bunch of times. I think we went like 30 times last year. We go a lot, all right? But those have not been announced, but everybody we talked to thought those would be coming. Now, in the past, those have become available like June-ish, maybe into July, but both people that we talked to thought things are moving a little quicker this year, so they said be kind of on the lookout for those in the next week or so. So nobody knows for sure. They said they find out, the morning when they get to work, what's available. They were surprised today that tickets were on sale. So anyway, there's information coming. It's going to be a big HHN year. If you go to the website, it's really fun to look through the website. They've got a big picture from the Toxic 20s. You love that scare zone.
That was a good one.
Right up at the top. You can scroll through. You can't really always see the prices until you get into the website a little bit. So, and I did,
you have to do some
a little
digging.
bit. You gotta get in a little bit. And to have my questions answered, I did need to call customer service and visit, and they're kind of learning right along with us, but that's the information that we have. So we hope you're getting excited about HHN 35 2026, the 35th year. We've had the one house announced. It's Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. That's the only house. We haven't had any scare zones. We haven't had anything about shows. We haven't anything about anything else or food. But the ball is rolling. HHN is coming. We hope you are getting pumped just like we are.
Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. So save your pennies and get ready because it'll be a big year. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you in the park, maybe, or at HHN. Until then, take care.
And stay spooky.
Spooky season is here.